What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Right now, we're going to jump into Week 13 of the 2017 NFL season. Sunday games. There's so many things that were going on, bro. It was such an exciting Sunday. Obviously, it was very, very bad for me because every game that I bet, something went wrong. All right, but go ahead. We're going to go ahead and just jump right into it. The Vikings and the Falcons. Let me just say this, bro. The Vikings are a really, really good defensive team. Case Keenum is doing just enough to make them stay in the games. That key first down to Adam Thielen in the fourth quarter. Like, he's able to make these plays. And I know people are still like, yo, he's a backup, his career, all the... Look, you know what it is? Sometimes people just need a specific opportunity. Not just one opportunity. You know, sometimes we fail, different things happen. But when you get a specific opportunity that just works, he can ride this out. Because remember, Trent Dilfer did it with the 2000 Ravens. You could just ride it out. Your defense is playing well. You got to go out there. You got to manage the game and make sure that certain things just don't happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't got to do too much. You just got to make sure that you're not throwing picks, fumbling, doing craziness. And other than that, you're fine. As far as the Falcons go, I've been telling you guys this. That whole Super Bowl situation that happened with the Patriots, you remember that? Earlier in the year, they're not going to get over that. So we don't really expect them to be doing much. They came out, they fought hard. Julio Jones tried to make a lot of spectacular plays. It didn't work out in their favor towards the end. At the end of the day, I told you guys, some of you guys like Matt Ryan as the Atlanta Falcons quarterback. Some of you guys don't. Some of you guys are torn in between. I keep telling you guys, I think last year was an aberration. I don't expect him to make those plays, bro. You guys could say, like, Brock, yo, he's done this, he done that. He's just not. I don't know. You know what it is? I don't know. Okay? I look at certain quarterbacks, and I just know that they're not going to be what people think they're going to be, and he's one of those guys. That's all I'm saying. Right now, I'll just take Case Keenum over him. You're probably going to be like, yo, what you talking about? It's the defense. Look, it's a lot of different things that are going on. I don't like his composure. I never liked the way that he was able to set up and make specific throws in the pocket. Even though, like I said, I'm not saying that he's not a good quarterback. It's sort of like Carson Palmer. I get into arguments all the time about Carson Palmer because I think he was a bum since he came into the league. When he was back with, Ocho Cinco and Who's Your Mama, all those dudes over there, like TJ Who's Your Mama. I thought he was a bum since then. It just shows now throughout his career that all he has is a whole bunch of yards and some seasons and nothing else. You see what I'm saying? It's something weird about it. But Matty Ice, I don't know about that guy. The Texans and the Titans, Tom Savage is garbage. And we all know what the situation is here. Deshaun Watson going down. We already knew. Like, they got a lucky win, recently. But the Texans are done without Deshaun Watson. It's not even we don't need to talk about this. The Titans, they struggled, earlier on to put them away. But everybody knew that the Texans were going to lose this game. Tom Savage is a terrible quarterback. He just sucks. And there's really nothing else to talk about with it. The guy just sucks. Look, it's done. But the Titans, I don't know what they're going to do going into the playoffs. But Derrick Henry looks really, really good. Isn't this like the second time that when they were trying to run the clock out, he ran a toss and ran it for 6? Like, why do teams just let the Titans run sweep plays and don't play any defense? Why is Derrick Henry in the end zone? You know what I'm saying? Like, what was that all about? I don't know what that was about. Yeah, like the Texans defense sucks, but it is what it is, man. They've been injury ridden the entire season. You know what I'm saying? It's a very, very tough thing when your team goes through injuries, but at the end of the day, the other guys that are there are still NFL players. You got to go out there and perform. So it is what it is. We all expected this game to go this way. As long as Tom Savage is the quarterback, you're not winning games. The Chiefs and the Jets. Alex Smith is who we thought he was. He's a check down, average QB that can run a little bit. I keep trying to tell people this. Is it Jim Harbaugh, the guy that's coaching Michigan now that was coaching the 49ers? When he made that decision, these guys look at the quarterback. They know what they're getting. If Alex Smith was that good, Kaepernick would have never came in for that run. Alex Smith he's a formidable guy that could come out, play basic, and try to get you wins. He can't really do much more. You guys are asking way too much of the guy. You know what I'm saying? He's a basic QB. He comes out and he does the best that he can, and sometimes it's just not good enough. And that's fine. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, the dude, he does enough. But everybody fully expected him to be playing like this. The guy sucks. Like, look, I'm going to come out and just tell you straight out, bro. Like, I'm not going to beat around the bush. I got to be honest with the guy. You got Tyreek Hill. He made a couple last-second deep throws to him to kind of tie the game up and stuff like that. Then the Jets kept coming back. I understand the defense is also injury-ridden. Losing Eric Berry was so huge for the Chiefs. Is it safe to say that one loss at strong safety made the team this bad? Because I never expected them to play this bad. This is really, really bad right now. Like, this is not good at all. I know I said it's really bad, but it's just really, it's terrible right now what's going on with the Chiefs. And it's like, this is not the team that beat the Patriots to start the season. The Jets, we all know the Jets are not going to do anything because they're in the Patriots division, but they're not just laying down. And I'm impressed. I'm very, very impressed with the Jets. And I told you guys, listen, I'll tell you a team sucks. I'll tell you a player sucks. But when I'm impressed, I did not expect the Jets to win this game. I actually bet the Chiefs by 3. They were giving the Jets 3. I actually bet the Chiefs and lost a lot of money. So, I give the Jets a lot of credit, man. Yo, they're not laying down. That's one thing I'd say they're not doing. They're not laying down. And I could tell you another thing. Darrelle Revis needs to retire. That guy sucks. He is so bad. That guy, what was he doing out there? Was he trying to make a tackle? He needs to just go. And if people were saying that Jerry Jones needed to sign him and they needed some veteran leadership, no. Darrelle Revis would have completely ruined the Dallas Cowboys team worse than what they are right now. And they're coming off of a big win. Darrelle Revis needs to go sit down someplace in a dark room and just stay there. That guy is horrible. He does not deserve to play in the National Football League right now. Trust me when I tell you, bro, that guy is he's a shell of himself. That guy is terrible. The Broncos and the Dolphins. The Broncos are an embarrassment to themselves, their community, and the entire Colorado. Where are they at? They're Denver, Colorado. The entire area. Wherever they are, bro. The Mile High Stadium, the janitor, they're an embarrassment to themselves. Everyone that's around them. They suck. You get beat down by the Dolphins like this. I don't even want to talk about this game. And that guy that's wearing number 84, Shannon Sharp's number, why isn't that number retired for the Broncos? I'm done with the Broncos suck, man. Colts and the Jaguars. We all knew this was going to happen. What do you expect the Colts to do? You know what I'm saying, bro? Like, the Jaguars going out there, it's a sack bro, it's like a potato out there, bro. Just straight sack action. Jaguars are playing great on defense. I don't know what we will see in the playoffs from them, but I think they might upset somebody. And it might not even be an upset because they're playing so well. I'm impressed defensively. You still got Blake Bortles, though. Buccaneers and the Packers. It had to go to overtime. I know you guys seen the run. They were replaying it on ESPN the entire day after it happened, and overtime immediately. I will say this. Jameis Winston has not lived up to expectations this season, but he's a fighter. And he fought them back into the game, and then they still lost, obviously, in overtime. But I don't know what's going on with the Buccaneers. I think some people on the coaching staff needs to be fired, including the head coach. Fire the janitor too. Like, you got to shake it up there because they're not playing well at all. I don't fully understand exactly what the issue is though. We know what's going on with the Packers because if the Packers are able to eke out, I'm hearing that Rodgers could come back this season if they're playoff contenders. How unbelievable would that be if he comes back and they win a playoff game and just make a run with all the stuff that happened, and then they actually beat the Vikings, who Anthony Barr injured, his collarbone. That would be a crazy fantasy story, like a Disney thing. I don't think it's gonna happen. I'm just saying, what if? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's always good to say what if. I fully don't expect it to happen though. But the Packers they're treading water right now until their star QB comes back. As like I told you, the Buccaneers they've been a complete letdown. They've been a complete embarrassment. I don't know exactly what the problem is, other than I think the coaching staff is just horrible. But we have to wait to see how everything goes through. But they've been a complete letdown from start to finish, man. It's just been really, really bad. So we'll see how that happens. But the Packers, that little scenario I just gave you. Just imagine if that were to happen. That'll be a crazy fairy tale season, man. I'm telling you right now. It'll be good for the NFL, but very, very disgusting for the team that loses to the Packers. The Lions and the Ravens. At one point, I didn't think the Lions were going to score this game. But then I said to myself, more than likely they will. You know what I'm saying? They usually start to score late. They're late bloomers. You know what I'm saying? The most interesting thing about this game, though, is that Stafford, I don't know what's going on with his hand. That's going to be very, very difficult. Obviously, the Lions are not winning anything without him at quarterback. We already saw what happens when the backup comes in. So the Lion fans have to feel very, very distraught because they were cheated out of a lot of wins earlier in the season, I believe, in my opinion. Just based on, bad ref calls and stuff like that. The Ravens, like I told you guys last week, see, the Ravens right now, the way they're playing, it's really, really scary because defensively, if they're able to give you this every week, it's going to be very, very hard to beat these guys. And Joe Flacco finally made a deep throw that was complete. So if Joe Flacco is able to put, because he got guys he got Wallace, he got the other guy Perriman, he got guys that can run. If he's able to complete deep throws, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a realist, bro. When it comes down to the playoff, it's running the ball, stopping the run. If you could get one or two explosive plays and your defense is playing like that, the Ravens are going to be tough to beat. And remember, Joe Flacco has some of the wildest stats ever in the playoffs. It's not like when he goes to the playoffs, he's a bum. The dude is a star in the playoffs. He just sucks in the regular season, which is it's like an oxymoron. It doesn't make any sense, but that's what's going on. So if you were to tell me that the Ravens were going to beat, the Patriots in the playoffs and stuff like that, I couldn't argue with you. You know what I'm saying? Just based on the fact that their defense right now, the way that they're playing, it's really, really stout. I think that Jimmy Smith might have got hurt too. I saw him get hurt on a non-contact injury, but I don't remember what happened because I was flipping through games. But I did see that happen also. But defensively right now, they're clicking. Like I said before, the Lions, they don't look like they're going to be doing anything much. We have to see exactly if there's any kind of recurring things from Matthew Stafford's hand. But yeah, the Lions are pretty much, it's been unfortunate for what's happened with them. But I've been impressed with what they were able to do with the wins that they were able to get this year, honestly. The Patriots and the Bills, Tyrod Taylor got hurt late in the game, but it didn't matter. The Patriots are just beating the blood out of them from whatever. That Gronk cheap shot, though, he's probably going to get fined. I don't know if he thought he was in the WWE, but it looked like he kind of winded up. But it doesn't look like the hit really hurt the guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, the way he did it, I think he was, like, just reenacting when he went into the WWE thing because it was just stupid. The whole reaction didn't seem natural. I don't know if you guys see what I'm talking about with Gronk trying to do wild things to a guy that's already on the ground. More than likely, he's going to be fined for it. You guys know what I'm talking about. But other than that, let's talk about the Patriots just going out there and just being completely dominant, holding their last four opponents to under 17 points. Like, earlier in the season, we thought that they weren't going to be able to get it right. But as we know, once you have a system, sometimes the system won't perform the way it's supposed to initially. But remember, you still have a system. You just can't go too far away from it. You got to tweak something here and there. And then once it clicks, that's it. And that's Bill Belichick. This man had to fail. He failed, coach Browns, all that stuff like that. Remember, he was part of the New York Giants team that won Super Bowls, though. Like, he was able to know what he needed to do for his system, and he finally was able to put it together. You guys might say Spygate, all that stuff like that, but he's still winning way after that. So at some point, you got to give the man his credit. And that's what's happening right now. That's what's going on. He figured out what the biggest issue was, and they all came together, and now it's clicking. Everything just looks completely different. The Patriots let anybody win the Super Bowl with no problem. I tell you this, they get to the Super Bowl, it ain't no more Eli Manning. You already know we're going to get to him in a second that his consecutive start stopped. If Eli Manning ain't there, nobody's beating Tom Brady. Because Eli Manning sold his soul to the devil 5 times to beat Tom Brady. So I don't really need to get into all of that. The Bills suck. That's all we need to say about them. 49ers and the Bears. Let me tell you something about Jimmy Garoppolo. Jimmy Garoppolo, he's a special quarterback, man. And I think it took Tom Brady playing as well as he was playing for them to say, we got to just take a chance. We got to roll the dice. You're probably saying, yeah, Tom Brady, 40 years old. This could happen. Bill Belichick is not a fool. He already knows, like, listen, Garoppolo's good. That's why we try to hold on to him for that long. But Brady is just, he's just too much, bro. And this goes to show you how much a decent quarterback in the National Football League can do for your team. Because that other guy, what was his name? It was some kind of weird name. I can't remember. Bro, I don't remember the guy's name. The little rookie guy from the 49ers. Because, if you're a bum, I don't take the time out to remember your name. So if I don't remember your name, you're probably a bum. And it kind of makes sense. Because there's too many things going on for you to put space in your brain to remember a bum's name. So anyway, Garoppolo being out there was a complete difference. Like, he wasn't, lighting it up, but he's playing for the 49ers. There's not a lot of talent around him, and he was still able to do that. The Bears, I don't know what they're doing. I have to wait to see exactly how they're going to go forward in the offseason. Obviously, we know that this season is just a wash. They're just trying to see, what's going to work, what they can look forward to in the near future. It's nothing that you should be expecting as a Bears fan right now. Your season's been over for a while. So going forward, I don't really know which way you go with it. John Fox, he more than likely he'll be fired, but we'll see how Trubisky is, how he does in the offseason. That's what my major concern is, to see his growth in the offseason, because you got to remember, he should have been starting from day one. Everything that the Bears did with the signing of that other quarterback with the long neck and all kind of foolishness. They just handled the situation completely wrong. And, they're paying for it a little bit now. But, I think, Garoppolo being with the 49ers in the offseason also, Trubisky with the Bears, it's going to be a lot of interesting thing going on with these two teams, man. I can't wait to see what happens next year with them. But both their seasons are over. It's just, you're just going through the motions right now. The Browns and the Chargers. Now, Josh Gordon, is that his name? The dude that just can't stop doing the weed, that's been suspended like 5 times. He had 85, I think he had like 80-something yards. He's the only guy that had that kind of yards on the secondary of the Chargers since OBJ, and the dude hasn't played for 95 years. The Browns, let me tell you something about the Browns, though. Let me tell you something about the Browns. They suck, but that dude Josh Gordon, he a man. He a whole man out here. Like, dude comes out. Josh Gordon and Myles Garrett is the only reason that any Browns fan should ever go to a Browns game at any time. Those are the only 2 reasons. The Browns organization, Hugh Jackson, all these dudes, they all just fire yourselves, dog. Just go in and give your key card in, bruh. And speaking of key card, this moron, Ben McAdoo, that dude is somebody he's going to be coaching until his key card doesn't work. They need to fire him right now. That guy is so terrible. Geno Smith is garbage. And we all know that it wasn't his decision to bench Eli Manning. That came from the top. But at the end of the day, it didn't really matter. The Raiders are not that good of a team. I don't think that Derek Carr is the answer at quarterback for the Raiders. Honestly, I don't think he's that good. I'm happy for him that he got his money, but you could just watch him play. He's not that good of a quarterback, in my opinion. I'm just saying. I don't think he's going to take you guys to the promised land if you're a Raiders fan. That's just my opinion. Last year, he was on fire, and I think it affected him. That's why they didn't win the playoff game. But I'm looking at him now this year. I don't know if he's injured, but he's playing horribly, in my opinion. The Giants are done. Geno Smith is a joke. Fire Ben McAdoo, pretty much for that. The Panthers and the Saints. Now, Cam Newton, we don't never know the Cam Newton we're going to get, right? He threw that nice little dot, a couple, to McCaffrey. He had a little run, run for 6, all that kind of crap. Yeah, great, all that stuff. But he played very, very mediocre in this game. Drew Brees, obviously we know, beating the Saints at home is a very, very difficult task. But at this point, if the Panthers are serious, they should have won this game. And this just goes to show, this is why I don't bet on Cam, because you don't know what you get. You know what you'll get from Drew Brees. So all the Saint fans already knew it was a very, very high percentage chance that the Saints would win this game. But if you're a Panther fan, you're thinking like, yo, this team has to win right now. Like, they have enough to be able to go out there and make plays. But then you got Cam Newton at quarterback. So that you also have to think about that, because you don't know which Cam is going to show up. And mediocre Cam, he wasn't that bad. Mediocre Cam showed up, bruh. He missed a lot of throws like he usually does. He didn't make enough plays. The Saints made more plays. Ingram, the rookie halfback. Listen, Ingram and that rookie halfback. I keep forgetting the guy's name, bro. That dude is wild as. His name is kind of weird. It's like with a K or something. You guys gonna probably tell me in the comments. That dude is raw than a mother. But finishing off with the last 2 games, the Rams and the Cardinals, right? And the Eagles. We're gonna get to the Eagles and the Seahawks in a second. The Rams were supposed to beat on the Cardinals. We already knew that was supposed to happen. There's nothing to really write home about. If the Rams would have lost this game to the Cardinals, it would have been an issue for the Rams. Nothing to do with the Cardinals. You see what I'm saying? Like, the Cardinals are already washed up. We already know what's going on with that whole situation. So the Rams were expected to win. They took care of business. It's not much to talk about with this game. You see what I'm saying? Gurley went off. Goff still looked good. So as far as the Rams organization goes, I like their chances going into the playoffs. The Cardinals, like I said before, Bruce Arians is, I don't know, he relied on Carson Palmer for too long. He should have been gotten rid of Carson Palmer. All the stuff wouldn't be going on right now, but he believed in him, and that's where his mistake was to start. And I've been saying that for the last couple of years since he's been there. So I'm not like backtracking. That was his decision as a coach. He needs to live and die with it. The Eagles and the Seahawks. Now, this game was very, very interesting because I bet the Eagles because the Seahawks defensively, they were screwed. But let me tell you something about Russell Wilson, bro. I know they lost that Super Bowl off of his pick. Bro, this dude, his O-line sometimes, they just let all the defenders in. And this guy just does whatever he wants and throws dots or runs for a first down or throws the ball away. Like clockwork. This dude is a very, very special quarterback. I think he's gotten so much better. And I fully watched it. Yo, listen, Carson Wentz, he had a bad game. It is what it is. Things like that's going to happen. I'm not getting down on the Eagles. Bruh, to go on that kind of 9-game win streak or whatever streak they were on, that's crazy in the NFL. Kudos to those guys. I'm just going to count this. It's just, people are going to lose games during the regular season. It's fine that they lose now instead of losing that one in the playoffs. So I'm not even down on the Eagles. Eagle fans, keep your head up. But I got to talk about Russell Wilson, bro. This dude is unbelievable. And I think he actually got better without having talent around him at the O-line position. I'm telling you right now, this dude can cause some problems. Seahawks is dangerous, man. Even without, all their defensive players. Obviously, I don't think they're going to win the big one. And if he was able to win the big one, Super Bowl, without, Richard Sherman, all these dudes, everybody's out. Bro, dudes got bad backs, all kind of stuff. The Legion of Boom is done. But this dude, Russell Wilson, man, if you guys didn't appreciate what was going on last night, man, I was just sitting there watching it in awe. It wasn't screenplays. Dudes were just screaming up the A-gap. And this dude was doing all kind of crazy Houdini stuff. Bro, listen, I was very, very excited about it. I love the way, the football day came to an end with this game. It was huge. Really enjoyed it. I like the Seahawks' chances in the playoffs. I want to thank you guys for listening to this recap. Make sure you can listen to it on iTunes, Android, and iHeartRadio. Just search GmiasWorld. Thank you. If you're new to the channel, definitely hit a like. Definitely subscribe. We have so many other podcasts you should check out on this channel. I'm going to see you guys and girls next time. Enjoy your day. One love.